Guys, you here? I'm back. But now not only am I blue screen, now I'm facing another issue. I'm a fucking deer. It didn't save my mini. Ah! Why did it save my gun? Ah! Wait. Ah! Ah! Okay. Ryder, thank you for clipping that. Okay, I should. What happened? Why is it not saving my little guy? What happened? Oh my god, okay. This is something fucking else, I gotta be honest. Thank you, Java update! Oh, wow, okay. Ryder, can you please link that to me? Ryder, can you please put that link to the clip in the chat? I want to see it. Oh god. Oh wow. I'm just putting something on to have something on. I came back from ads when he came over to the screen. Holy shit. Actually, what the fuck am I doing? The fuck am I doing? What am I doing right now? Why am I like this? What the fuck is happening? I have to change the information tab on my Twitch, by the way. I have to quickly change that. You know what? I'ma just put it to just chatting for now. Oh, guys, I am so fucking clever. Refresh the page to see how clever I am right now. You guys will not believe how clever I am. Okay, I am this. Who is this deer? Is this the judge? No, Neville. The program that I'm using to basically show my little PNG tuber. This is the default, like, image that pops up with the program. For some reason, I think it's because I opened the program too many times before. So now instead of opening up with my normal, like, mini and PNG tuber, it opens up with the default one, which is this one. So I need to manually now put my things back in. No, this is not. This is not a new Johnny OZ. This is not. Seriously, did you? How the hell is this gonna sound? I have no idea how this is gonna sound. I have no idea if I do. All right. Okay. Ah. 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 Wait, I need to move myself. There we go. The fuck am I doing? I don't know. What am I doing right now? I don't know, past Johnny. Why am I like this? I don't know, past Johnny. Oh my god, what is happening? How did it? What the fuck? What is even happening right now? I have actually no idea. What did this stream become? It's not part of history. Yeah, this is gonna be on my VOD. On my VOD channel. We can call the DSOC Johnny Doe. Neville, how dare you? Neville, how dare you coming up with a pun to win me over? Also, why is the chat not popping up on stream now? Wait. Test. Where's the chat now? Wait, test? Chat is now broken as well, apparently. Everything is broken. Ah! Okay. I think this is a sign. I think this is the universe trying to tell me that I should stop for the day. So you know what? Maybe I'll listen to the universe. Oh, so you don't only break roads now? No, I do not, Catholic. I do not only break roads. Also, hello, bear. God. Maybe I should just listen to the universe and stop streaming for today. What in the actual fuck? Not for the day, just do a restart of PC, do not rush return. Oh my god. I do not, okay. Holy shit. Oh, I actually need to take a breather. Holy shit, I actually do need to take a bit of a breather from all that. Water. Give me water. I need precious water. Fuel me good. Yes, water daddy. You ignore what I just said there. Oh, god. Holy shit. You guys want to watch something together? Do you guys just want to sit here and chill with me as a deer? Let's find something to watch as a deer. What should we watch? I want to watch some. What's some animal related thing we can watch? Oh my god, what is it called? What is that, dude? Some geographic. Wait. Geograph. No, Neville. No, we are not. Casual Geographic, that was it. I want to watch some Casual Geographic with you guys. I think you guys will like this dude because he is pretty cool. Yeah, let's see. What do we want to see here? What do we want to see here? Let us see. I loved as a kid till that. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's watch about criminally understood animals. Let's do that. Also, I think I need to make myself smaller. There we go.
Bond with certain individuals and follow can recognize their caretakers and show affection. Will bond with certain individuals and follow them around.
I still hate that I cannot see the fucking chat. Like, why? Why is chat broken? I do not understand. I actually don't understand why chat is broken. Wait, I'm gonna try and do something that's maybe a little bit risky. Wait. A tiny bit risky. And here. Okay, it's still not showing. Okay, so something is exactly happening. Alright, let's just watch some stuff.
Will often bring someone an object and play tug-of-war. Gentle, inquisitive, and very intelligent. You'd think all this was from someone describing their dog. Actually, these quotes are all from people talking about vultures. The Jurassic-sized graveyard-griefing alopecia pigeon actually has the personality of an imprinted puppy. You might not know that, because most times people see one, it's either thousands of feet above the earth looking for death, or on the ground feeding off it. Truth is, the vulture just might be the most generationally misunderstood bird, and in the spirit of Earth Day, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 most maligned and honestly reputationally screwed over animals. In my biased opinion. You can't please everyone, but I like my list, so let's get into it.
Alright, let's do it. Let's watch some animals.
Starting off, it's not hard to see how vultures got done dirty. It's pretty hard to earn public favor when you dive bowels deep in a bloated buffalo for a living. Then you add the fact that they'll leak liquid nasty all over their legs to stay cool, projectile vomit in self-defense, and in a world of
get yourself some Popeyes. I haven't actually never had Popeyes before. Is it good?
Pretty privileged, vultures have a homely handicap. But anyone who's worked with them will swear by how smart they are. They're arguably the smartest birds that aren't corvids or parrots, and they're part of the exclusive group of animals able to make and use tools, with Egyptian vultures using a rock to have an ostrich-sized omelet. And yeah, get on their good side and it's like having a lapdog with wings. Apollo was a turkey vulture who apparently caught feelings for her caretaker Dave. They're also smart enough for a vulture vendetta to be a real thing. But what makes them underrated is just how much worse our quality of life would be without them. Botulinum toxins is the deadliest natural substance known to man.
Oh, they are? I actually have no idea if we have Popeyes here in Denmark. Oh, yeah, vultures are really cool.
And vultures eat it like candy. Vultures can also tank tuberculosis, anthrax, and even the bubonic plague. Folks associate them with death and disease, but that's exactly what they help prevent. And if you want to know what happens when you avoid vultures, look no further than India. With about a 99% loss, vultures in India suffered one of the worst bird blights in history, mostly thanks to a drug given to cattle that also caused kidney failure in the feathery coffins. And with less of nature's cleanup crew taking care of expired bodies, the number of feral dogs went up, and so did cases of rabies. And if you remember my Halloween video, a rise in rabies might be the biggest jihad to the human race. But that's not the only social work vultures offer for free. The turkey vulture's nose is so OP, they've actually been used to help find gas leaks, with engineers putting special chemicals in pipes. And with them being more corpse happy than a necro in a morgue, many places rely on vultures as alarms against poaching activity. Unfortunately, the poachers started to catch on and have been murking the snitch tweeties by the hundreds, even the ones that are endangered. Worst part is, they're pretty easy targets because it's hard to hide when you're part-time in the sky, and there's no witness protection for a sewer stork. Pretty easy to victimize when you're vulnerable and easy to track, and these are vultures we're talking about. It's not like they have cloaks or camouflage or a VPN. And you know, that last one would actually help a lot, since something like NordVPN would help the sky caskets go off the grid, since NordVPN creates an encrypted tunnel for your
smooth plug. What a smooth plug right there. Smooth plug.
Your data and protects your identity by hiding your IP address, which means, unlike vultures, you can disappear to a place no poacher can find you. Another difference is where you can find a flying carcass merchant anywhere that isn't Antarctica or, weirdly enough, Australia. NordVPN allows you to connect to one of thousands of servers across countries all over the world, which means if you want to enjoy some wild Australian entertainment without entertaining the Australian wild, servers
would just kick the guy into the water.
Down under are only a click away. And where vultures clearly invested in being a tank of a raptor, With reliable servers, you never have to feel like you sold your speed for security. And like how the V-Bird's liquid assault protects it from bacteria, NordVPN's threat protection shields you from ads, trackers, and malware, along with a dark web monitor to make sure your personals don't end up in the wrong place and leave you more violated than a past tense pig. So to get the most out of your streaming service, you go to nordvpn.com/casualgeo for an exclusive deal on a 2-year plan plus 4 months extra. With Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee, it's virtually risk-free. Nothing about being a vulture is risk-free. That's why the condor nearly got wiped off the census. But in a W from humanity, conservation efforts help bring the big bird back from the brink. Hopefully people start to come around to vultures. Anything that chill with capybara can't be that bad. Just too bad you can't say that about number 9.
Oh boy. Dolphins.
The Grim Reaper once released a gang of guppies into the Amazon and made it our problem. Or at least that's what you would think from how much the media gets on them. You've probably heard that piranhas can undress a cow down to the bones in minutes, and that skinny dipping in a pool of piranhas is one way to get blacklisted from breathing. Truth is, these fish felons are mostly scavengers, and when you do see one with an expired body, they're usually not the cause, but a symptom. They don't go out of their way to homicide humans. Most attacks involve people either splashing around like prey or getting way too close to a feeding frenzy. But they're basically the bees of water. They don't want smoke, quite the opposite. For all that face, piranhas are naturally timid and scare easy. So much that you actually have to give them places to hide in an aquarium because of just how neurotic they are. Also, they're not strictly meat. They'll also eat fruits, they'll eat seeds, leaves. There's even a type that eats mostly river reeds. But that wouldn't really make a good movie, now would it? Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like they're not capable of—
I actually didn't know about that. The piranhas could eat fruits and stuff. Alright, so they're not strictly carnivores, like, but not really omnivores either. They're like close.
Mass destruction, but their PR team really did them filth. Jeremy Wade sat in a pool of allegedly trigger-happy piranhas and didn't even get touched. And the whole cow story came from a Theodore Roosevelt hunting expedition where he saw it happen. The catch is, the guides wanted to impress the president, because who wouldn't? So they actually netted off a section of the river and starved the fish in it for a week, only to feed them with a cow while Roosevelt was watching. And just like the cow, the piranha's reputation never recovered. Sometimes all it takes is one incident to royally screw over an animal. Something next on the list knows all too well. Let's just get this out the way. There are some deaths where you—
So again, piranhas are like the kind of animals where like they look aggressive as hell, but as long as you don't agitate them, you should be fine.
Never forget where you were the moment you found out. For me, that's Kobe Bryant, Chadwick Boseman, and of course, Khaki Animal Jesus, aka Steve Irwin. And many have had smoke for stingray kind ever since. But before you go wage war on a water waffle, first we gotta talk about just what went down. For one, Steve Irwin got struck directly in the heart, causing massive bleeding. He also never traveled with anti-venom, because anti-venom was anti-Irwin. Wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Hey Faye, this is basically a result of bullshittery with the program and everything. Basically I've decided that I'm gonna watch this video and then I will stop streaming for the day and just try and fix everything, because as you can see the chat isn't working either.
Because it wasn't even the venom that did it. Again, it was the bleeding. Stingray venom isn't even all that fatal. And at the time, it was only the second reported stingray-related death in Australia since 1945. It took over an hour for him to get to emergency workers, but again, it probably wouldn't have made a difference. The point is, literally everything that could have possibly went wrong. Like piranhas, stingrays are what a New Yorker might call a scary-at that would rather run away than run a fade. I went to the Cayman Islands a couple of months ago and visited Stingray City, and as someone religiously terrified of the ocean, I can tell you, the crepe of the coast is in fact chill like that. Pro tip, if you're ever walking around stingrays, do the stingray shuffle. You're just gonna want to drag your feet. Basically, you don't want them to leave the floor in case RNG makes you turn a ray into a welcome mat. Other than that, unless you're a crab or a fish, you really don't have much to worry about. Besides, let's not act like Steve Irwin, the same man that took a love bite from a cobra and said sorry to the snake, isn't somewhere in the afterlife eternally apologizing to the stingray for spooking him. Stingrays have been misunderstood ever since, but we can drop the vendetta. If we know anything about Steve, that's exactly what he would have wanted.
Hell yeah. Wholesome message.
Yeah, I'm really gonna have to explain putting dolphins here. Okay, well I feel like this weird thing happened where we went from Free Willy to finding out dolphins take that title seriously. So much that we ended up overcorrecting. And I personally and publicly talked endless amounts of shit. Don't get me wrong, the facts I said, I'll say again, and I'll say it with my chest. But me calling them water Weinsteins or homicidal hot dogs or a blowhole bandit, nah, that's actually still crazy. But that's just me anthropomorphizing. I don't actually think they're evil. It's fun to treat them like humans, but they're still just wild animals doing what comes naturally. It's just that what comes naturally often involves them naturally. Actually, I should never mind. Look, with intelligent animals, there's always going to be duality, and I don't even need to say it. I just have to show you these 2 articles. But dolphins can be wholesome too. Like the same way parents will baby talk a toddler, mother dolphins actually do with their calves. They'll also sing to their baby before it's even born to teach them to recognize the sound of its mother's voice. We also found out that dolphins in a pod will often go out of their way to make less noise so to not confuse the calf in the oven. And when it's out, being a helicopter parent means mama dolphin won't sleep for up to a month straight. There's also decent evidence that dolphins get excited around pregnant women because they can detect the fetus and understand the implication of new life. And of course, there are stories of dolphins saving people from drowning and sharks. Hey man, I'm not going soft. I'm still gonna get my jokes off whenever I can. I just feel like because they're so smart, people make the mistake of holding them to human standards, which is pretty unfair considering a lot of humans don't even reach those. Dolphins aren't Disney characters or the spawn of Satan. They're just them. And as the final boss of dolphins, you can go ahead and put orcas in that too.
Yeah, dolphins, like, I remember growing up with dolphins and they were treated as like, oh, they are these little angels that swims in the ocean and like they swim along with ships and it's beautiful. And yeah, it is, but they do also do some crappy things. But again, that's just them following their own instincts and doing their own thing. Like, they're not evil. They're just doing what animals do.
The greatest trick squirrels ever pulled was convincing the world they're just whimsical, nut-loving creatures, when they're actually rodent psychopaths profiting off pretty privilege. They'll eat things like baby birds, baby bunnies, and even snakes. Red squirrels are also part-time cannibals, with males that'll seek and destroy any pups, only to get with the mother of the kids they just murked. Let's not forget that time a group of squirrels dismembered a dog for barking too loud. Also, the number of squirrels with manslaughter charges is higher than you think. It's
The hell are squirrels doing? They're going around they're eating things.
estimated that chew-happy bushtails cause up to 30,000 fires a year, not only costing millions in damage, but likely barbecuing human collateral in the process. There was even a time
like I've heard of like squirrels causing like blackouts in buildings or maybe whole blocks because they kept chewing the electrical wires and stuff. But holy shit.
a squirrel damaged the electrical system of a complex with NASDAQ, freezing computers and crippling the market for over an hour. That wouldn't be the last time. In fact, one did the exact same thing 7 years later. Now, I know I'm doing the squirrels what I just admitted I've done to dolphins, but in my defense, I have a bias. I once got jumped by a pack of squirrels in Manhattan, and that was one half of a sandwich I never got back. Moral of the story, there's a reason the smartest man in the universe immediately took a knee in the face of the Acorn Mafia.
Man.
And here you have another case of animal gas.
Pigs! Piggies! Extremely adorable, but also really wild. Like if you let a domestic pig like that return back to the wild, eventually they'll become a full wild hog. Like the fur will become bristled, they grow like their tusks and stuff. They just revert back to being feral.
Light. Pigs only get the reputation of being dirty because we keep them in filth. In reality, pigs are pretty clean, and when they have a choice, they'll refuse to poop anywhere near where they eat. Pigs are arguably smarter than cats and dogs, and most experts say they're more trainable too. They somewhat passed the mirror test, and some were even taught to play video games. In '98, Lulu the potbelly saved her owner from a near-fatal heart attack by rushing out into the road and playing dead until she could get someone's attention and lead them back home. I also feel like we forget how well pigs did without us, and from the Red River hog of the Congo, to the pygmy hog of India, to the bearded Borneo pig, the swine's smart enough and adaptable enough to live virtually anywhere. On a dolphin-type beat,
I had never seen those other types of pigs before. That's really cool.
Mother pigs will often sing to their piglets while nursing, and speaking of piglets, they can recognize their name at only 2 weeks old. You can argue pigs are everything we value in an animal. They're intelligent, they're affectionate, they're super trainable. Because they were bred for food, they got big screwed. Look, I'm not gonna virtue signal. You can give me 101 facts on cows, I'll probably still be out here door dashing McDonald's. But it's pretty criminal what we did to the pig's PR. Put it this way, this guy would have been by far the smartest character in the barnyard. They deserve way better than what they've gotten, and I'm not saying you have to give up bacon. All I'm gonna say is, according to cannibals, the closest tasting thing to human meat is pork.
But there's a certain without any of the stuff ourselves, but there's certain consistency here. Certainly, the cannibals themselves seems to have generally considered it closer to pork, and indeed close enough that they were happy to label it as such when selling it to unfortunate members of the public through the meat markets of Hasta. Okay, fun fact, I guess.
I'm gonna let y'all meditate on that.
Fun fact of the
Rats
day.
are number 4, and almost entirely
Rats?
because they got blamed.
Oh god. But yeah, I grew up with that. I grew up with this propaganda on rats that they were plague bearers, basically. I grew up with that propaganda. It actually took me a long time to realize that no, actually, they are not naturally like plaguey. They're actually incredibly clean and very loving, adorable little critters.
Blamed for the bubonic plague when the main carrier of the lice and fleas that caused it was likely humans themselves. My theory is rats are found in cities, and cities are usually dirty, so we often see all rats as dirty.
Actually, yeah. The same until my sis convinced mom and dad to let her adopt some rats. Hell yeah. But yeah, like I think I remember even in history lessons back in middle school, we read in the history books that like when around like the Black Death, they're like, oh, it was because of like rats that were on ships and sailed around to all the cities and spread the plague that way. And then later on I learned like no, it wasn't the rats, it was the ticks and like fleas and stuff on the rats that like helped spread it around and stuff.
In reality, rats are constantly cleaning themselves. In fact, one of the ways they bond is by grooming each other. It's called allogrooming. Speaking of bonds, rats can often form emotional ones with humans. And anyone who's had a rat will tell you, at some point they'll try to groom you like you're a giant rat. Rats can also provide a public service, with many African poached rats actually being trained to sniff out tuberculosis. The same species has been used to sniff out hidden landmines, and not only can they cover the ground in 20 minutes that would take a trained human days, they can obviously walk across the mines without going back to ground zero. Agawa, the explosive tech rat, earned a gold medal after sussing out 100 mines in Cambodia and clearing 225,000 square feet of land. He's not the only heroic rodent. There are several stories of rats saving owners from house fires where they easily could have hightailed it. You know, if it wasn't for the bad PR, rats just might be the top pet. Only bad side with them is they have short lifespans and your feelings will get hurt.
Yeah, I think rats only live for like 3 to 4 years, something like that. Spiders.
You know, the fact that
oh god. Spiders.
The only animal that needed a trigger warning is enough to put spiders at 3rd. Now, I'm not going to downplay arachnophobia like I didn't used to backpedal to pigeons, but spiders are a great example of bark being way worse than their bite. Take the tarantula, they're like the granddaddy of arachnid anxiety, but not only is their venom about as bad as a bee sting, not only are they so fragile they can literally explode if they fall a couple feet. Unlike bees, there's no record of tarantula venom terminating a person. Of course, there's thousands of types of tarantulas, and some are more of a jihad than others, but then you have the ones that adopt frogs as nannies.
Yes! This is actually one of my favorite ever, like, symbiotic relationships between two animals. Spiders, this kind of spider and this kind of frog. Basically, as you said, the frog protects the spider's eggs. And then I think in return, if I remember correctly, it's like because some kind of like insects, like flies or something, will go for the spider's eggs. And then the frog will eat those insects and then like, you know, feed from that, and in return protects the spider's eggs.
With the frog eating all the insects that could grief the spider's eggs, and
there we go, exactly what he said.
The frog getting an 8-legged bodyguard.
Yeah.
Truth is, there's about 50,000 species of spiders seasoning the earth, and less than 0.1% of them are a legitimate threat to your life. And that doesn't include the smallest spider in the world, the patou de bois, or
oh my. It has some water bubble for a cap. Look at this little guy.
Jumping spiders, which are literally small enough to wear water as a hat. And when you add the fact that they basically have paws to help them walk vertical, and that some like the wolf spider can purr, are spiders not just the cats of insects? Oh my bad, arachnids. According to the CDC, the number of people murked by spiders a year is 7. You're more likely to get slugged by a vindictive vending machine. Okay, you're not impressed. How about this? Spiders eat up to 800 million tons of insects that could otherwise destroy crops.
Yeah.
If Thanos had beef with spiders, not only would there be way less food, it would be stupid expensive. You can thank spiders for a 4 for 4 not setting you back 400. Not to mention all the pesticides we need to stay alive would ironically turn the earth into a disaster movie. Look, I'm not saying you got a cape for spiders. I know I'm biased. In fact, bias is probably why the next animal's number 2.
Spiders are just cool. Like, of course, they're used a lot as enemies in fantasy games and movies and stuff, but, like, spiders are just awesome.
I love Lion King, but they'll forever catch smoke for convincing an entire generation.
I will guess hyena.
That hyenas are, well, that. Hyenas got profiled as scavengers when up to 95% of what they eat is something they can get credit for killing. Gaslight goes crazy because the literal Lion King poaches more food from hyenas than hyenas hoe lions. And since a laugh-happy vice trap eats every part of an animal, like land vultures,
looking in again, I clicked away just to listen the moment I heard spiders. Right, I get ya.
the world would be a much nastier place without the meerkat on a bulk. Everyone wanna shit on the garbage man until he quits and leaves you with the shit.
Yeah, that's actually the thing. Like, animals like hyenas and vultures and stuff, they are scavengers, but it does have a purpose in the natural order of things. Scavengers are there to basically, like you said, like they're the garbage men. They clean up any like carcass and things that you have that they're lying around. It's just part of the natural order.
But honestly, it's the stupid part that gets me heated. In experiments, spotted hyenas actually perform better in cooperative problem-solving tests than chimpanzees. You know, the chainsaw with thumbs we share 98% of our DNA with. Hyenas are way smarter than they get credit for. Take Waffles, for example. Waffles was a lady hyena in a clan, and at the very bottom of it, no less. And in just a year, she went from the dirt under the ladder to the alpha at the very top, and she didn't even have to fight for it. All she needed was the power of friendship. No, I'm serious. Waffles slowly made the right friends, built alliances with other low ranks, earned favor with some of the higher ups, and before the ones at the top could even realize it, the hyena named Waffles had caused what scientists would later refer to as the syrup rising. And you'd think she'd go power hungry once she got the throne, but nah, the opposite. She never switched up on the ones that got her there, and there were even times where she helped feed the cubs of low status moms. Cause hyena hierarchy is more about social networking and climbing the corporate ladder than just running fades all day.
Hyenas are so fucking cool and cute. Like, can we just agree on this? Hyenas are just awesome. And I know that in my current form, I should be terrified of them, but I can't help but find them really awesome.
See, you wouldn't know that from just watching Lion King, and while some are starting to come around to this giant maligned mongoose, one movie ruined the last animal's rep damn near permanently.
Alright, what is his #1 criminally underrated?
There was no way sharks weren't getting the spot, and really, any way you look at it, we did this overgrown grief guppy grimy. How about the fact that the shark's KD ratio is about 10 a year to the 100 million that get murked by people?
Veno, don't say that. Don't say that I now look tasty for hyenas. Don't say that. I'm just a little doe. I'm just a little deer. A little forest. Actually, no. I will not be worried about hyenas because I don't even live in the same kind of biome, in the same kind of area that they do. Ha! I'm safe.
What about the fact that a coconut to the dome or a bathtub accident is way more likely to flatline you than a shark? There's the fact that we have over 500 species of them, but really only about 4 are seen as legitimately dangerous, so I don't blame you for folding the great whites, tiger sharks, bull sharks, and the underrated oceanic white tip. But this is a shark, and it's unproblematic to anything that isn't plankton. Same thing with the basking, aka Kirby shark, which is really just a giant pacifish. Then you got white tip reef sharks that are not only non-aggressive, they cuddle each other to sleep. And
what if I'm a gazelle? I don't look like, I think I kind of look like just a normal, like, forest deer. What about the zoo? I'm not at the zoo. I'm a wild deer. I'm a wild creature. I don't know what kind of noise deer make. I know that some, like, all these, like, the... That was absolutely horrible. Let's get back to the video.
You can't forget the lemon shark being the golden retriever of the sea that'll often form bonds with divers. Blondie was an 8-foot lemon shark that would go up to divers, but the only thing she'd be hunting for is attention and affection. And while yeah, I'm not exactly a huge fan of this, at the end of the day, I wouldn't want a shark in my living room. You can't be mad when you go into theirs. Because if there's one thing you should take from this video, calling it shark-infested waters is really wild disrespectful. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water, hug your mother, and maybe give guppies a break. I promise you loan sharks end way more lives. Shout out to NordVPN for sponsoring this video, and I'ma see y'all in the next one.
It is kind of funny that like most of the animals in this video, most of the idea with them is like they will only actually be a danger to you if you mess with them. And then you have little chaotic shits like the squirrels. It's like, let's see, let's go through it. Like vultures. Not even harmful to humans at all, basically. They're just cool scavengers that do a good job and can actually be very clever and very cool. And then piranhas. The first case of like, it's only if you go into their territory and if you make yourself known and like agitate them, like you said, like bees. If you mess with them, you get the bite, you get the numb. Stingray, literally just, they are the scene pancake. Enough said. Dolphins. Oh boy. Hi. Yeah, dolphins, like, very case by case sort of thing. Squirrels. Chaotic little shit gremlins. I have actually been bitten by a squirrel once. Pigs. Wholesome, adorable, that, like, yes, they can hurt humans, but it's very incredibly rare. Rats. They're just amazing. I will not go to spiders because Faye will not like that. Spiders, really rarely dangerous to humans. And hyenas is like, yeah. That's what they think. That's what they want you to think. Then it's Animal Farm on global scale. Yeah. But yeah, it's just, this was a very good video. And also, yeah, I will. Okay, I think I will stop for today now. This was a very weird stream day, and now I will work at figuring out what the hell is happening here. So, thank you all so much for being here for this very, very weird thing that happened. I hope I hope you all enjoyed this very impromptu, very chaotic stream. Whenever I stream again next month, maybe. Okay, I will try and stream again this week. But yeah. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Actually, before I go, why do I talk like, is there something I could raid? Nah, okay, no, it's fine. Okay. See y'all, everyone. Alright, have a good one.